Ladies and gentlemen, it's May 9th, 2026, the Not Podcast, live from the Shipwreck Studios in sunny Burbank, near Chicago, Illinois. Shitty state. Good evening. How y'all doing?
Shitty city? Shitty state. Shitty
Yeah,
county?
what's happening, everybody?
Hey, how you doing?
Another day in
How you
paradise.
doing? It's Mother's Day tomorrow, so to all you mutters, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Mother's.
Mother's Day. I have to cook on Mother's Day.
Wow.
I have to cook on Father's Day.
Yeah.
You have to cook every day.
Yeah, it sucks to be me. Although I do have a sous chef tomorrow. That's going to be interesting.
Who's your sous chef?
Yeah, who's your sous chef?
Sous chef, how you doing?
My name's not Sue.
It is now.
You got a loose chef.
It's the sous chef.
The loose chef. What you making?
That's good. We haven't done that in a while.
Believe this or not,
This is funny.
I am making beef of flat rice.
Beef fried rice. Nice.
Yeah.
Very
On the flat
nice.
top.
On the flat top.
Oh, that's going to be good.
So I'm going to be making 50 pounds of that shit?
I thought it was chicken.
Maybe it's chicken. I don't know. All I know is I have to make it.
We have to make it.
Yeah, but you have to help.
How much?
I
I got to know, how much soy sauce did you buy?
I probably have about 2 gallons of
There
that.
you go.
Just a little salt in the diet.
Yep. So if Mike has a little inflammation after Mother's Day,
Soy sauce is
it's the
amazing.
soy sauce.
Just drink that out of the package.
Ah,
I do. Not drink it, but like the excess when you pour it on, I just...
I like sweet and sour sauce on shrimp rice.
I don't
Crab
like
rice.
shrimp.
Yeah, you don't do seafood.
Nope. I do not.
Yeah. So
I don't
that's-
know.
That's
I
pretty
just-
cool, though.
I don't know how people do that.
Well, at my house, nobody can make a decision. So it's like, wait till the last minute. So all the good buffets pretty much were sold out. But I did get lucky today, and we got the Mother's Day brunch at Mama Luigi's.
Oh, nice.
So,
Oh, now that I can do.
yeah, I'm not too thrilled about the price, but
You know what? We only live once, Ed.
yeah.
You know they jack it up on the Mother's Day.
Especially my Mama Luigi's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they got good food there, kind of.
Oh, I agree. I don't have any problem with them. But with that being said, that place has been around for many years, so they better have good food.
Yeah, for the price they're charging, I'm bringing a to-go container.
A couple.
Yeah, I'm bringing a fucking Yeti cooler.
There you go.
Bring your to-go nutsack.
Yep, there you go.
I'm not. I get maybe because I'm getting older and whatever. Father's Day doesn't interest me. It never really has.
That's one of my favorites.
Well, here's the thing. I am a father. I am
a mother.
A motherfucker. Okay. But if I chose not to be a father, I made that choice. But I chose to be a father. Why am I being celebrated for being a father?
It's just a recognition for all the things dads do.
I get that, but we would have to do it anyway.
Nah, we wouldn't.
Well, there's plenty of dads out there that don't do shit.
Don't do shit.
No, but that's not the point. The point is a proper father is going to do what he has to do to, support his family and kids and what have you.
Well, why do we honor veterans? Veterans signed on. They just joined. It was volunteer army.
Yeah, but here's a big difference. Most of us want to have the fun before the father. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. People that join the service, some may look for excitement, some may look for schooling,
want to travel.
but all, male and female, have to want to sign up unless there's a draft, which, come on, the last draft we had
Right.
was...
Well, why do we celebrate Mother's Day? I mean, all it is. It's a recognition day. It's a day to say, hey, dads, you do a great job. Here's your day.
It's an excuse to have a barbecue.
All it is ran by Hallmark to make money off of cards and shit.
Just like Valentine's Day and Sweetest Day.
Yes.
the
And you
dreaded
ask
Sweetest
the
Day.
normal person, no, probably half of them don't even recognize that there is a Sweetest Day, and the other half probably don't even know what it really is supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be our day, and it's not.
Yeah.
No, No. Never has been.
Nope, never is about us.
Yep. No.
And just like, I have young people in my life that are getting married. And I have talked to them several times, the male side, and told them that there is only two answers in the marriage life. And that is, yes, dear, when, dear.
And no, dear, you don't.
Yeah, you live by that.
And no, dear, you don't look fat.
Yeah, and you have to lie to them. How does this look? Looks great.
If they ever see this episode, you guys will be in really big trouble.
Not me.
I won't. I won't have a problem.
I'm just saying, your opinion doesn't matter. Once you're married, your opinion. Well, once you get in the arena of serious relationship, your opinion no longer matters as a man.
No,
That's just like
That's the truth.
here,
That is
the other thing that the honest to God truth is the fact that premarital sex is frowned upon by the church, and now I know why. Because it's a lie. We are led to believe that oral sex will be performed all the time until marriage. And at that point, everything gets turned off. And the occasional...
except the mouth.
except for the questions and the orders. So, it's a lie. Gentlemen out there, if you are engaged and you're having a good sex life now, enjoy it.
Better hope you have a long engagement.
Yeah. Don't get married. Engage for your whole life.
Yes.
I got nothing.
Service announcement from the podcast.
Public service announcement for all
announcement.
you young dudes out there.
Yeah.
And it's funny, man, because I know the young guys listen are like, "That's never going to happen to me." Yeah,
Yeah,
we all
we all said
been
that.
there. We all said that.
It never happened to me either.
Yeah, I remember sitting on a porch with this old dude Vince, and Vince would tell us the life stories, and we would all be like, "Vince, that's not going to happen. That's
Your
not
life
gonna
sucks,
happen."
Vince.
And now we all know Vince was 100% right in everything he said.
And now we're all called Vince.
See, we have to understand
Yep.
that there's thousands of years of male marrying females or marrying whoever and being disappointed after the vows are said.
Yeah,
Thousands of years.
yeah.
That's why the
See, Mike
Romans...
wants to go back to caveman times.
No, I want to go back to Roman times.
Roman times. Oh,
Yeah.
you don't want to go back to Roman times, dude.
Oh, come on, the baths, the community baths.
Nah, you don't want to go back to Roman times. The Romans did a lot of kinky, weird shit.
Hey, you know what?
Sign me up.
All right, you won't even get a colonoscopy. And let me tell you, the Romans. Well,
They
you're having your
perform them
fun
on a daily
in your
basis.
bathhouse, and some Roman warrior comes behind you and says, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" Sloop.
Yeah, well, there's also... I have the one fact of I can slap a hoe.
Well, that's a totally different tribe.
Yep, that's a different tribe.
Yeah, but I'll slap one anyway.
You ever watch that movie? God, it was when we were in high school. It was what was it called? It was about the Roman Caligula.
Oh, I did not see that, but I heard of it.
Oh my God, it was bizarre. It was. I remember little different things about it, and it was just like, it was really bizarre, man. He was definitely a weird dude who you could tell, man. Like those Roman family emperor czars, whatever they were called,
Caesars.
they had like brain rot, man, because they were seriously messed up in the head. There is a scene where the dude went around, had all these virgins picked from like the town, I think, or whatever, and he put them in the pool. So they're all swimming in the pool. Well, then he jumps in with a wooden dildo and just starts deflowering them in the pool. Like, and it was like, all right, first off,
Okay,
why?
first question. Were you watching a porn?
No, it was Caligula. See, Caligula back in the day, I believe that movie was X-rated, but it was a historical movie, so there was all kind of controversy with it. And it was really sickening. And like, I mean, they were into bestiality, the experimentation. It was like, oh my God.
It's like a brand new world.
Yeah, it was like Romans. What's up, man? That's, I don't know.
Yeah, they're...
I look very pale and ashy today.
what's really funny?
Should get outside more.
Yeah, you should...
I was outside all day.
What's funny is my wife is Roman. You would think she'd have a little freak in her.
That would be you.
I'm the lot of freak. That's the problem. What I think is going to happen isn't just a fantasy. I am 100% fantasy on that deal altogether.
Yeah, just I don't know, man. I grew up. I was an '80s, '90s child, man. I got no regrets from that time. Those were fun years.
Oh, I have no regrets from the 80s and 90s.
no.
It's the fucking
I'm
Fucking old
2000s
to do anything.
I have regrets.
that
Do you?
Yeah.
What regrets you got, Lou?
That I didn't do more. I was not as outgoing and outspoken as I am now.
which is not very much now.
Right.
I was a fucking madman back in those days, man. I just, I did a lot of stupid shit. A lot of stupid
Like
shit.
I'd have to like start drinking at the bar to like actually get going and like be able to talk to people.
On my 21st birthday, I literally spent 21 straight days drunk. I literally was drunk for 21 straight days. That is no lie. It was a life goal.
Brain
And
cell,
by like
brain cell, brain
15,
cell.
15 days, I was like, what day of the week is it? Am I still alive?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, it was rough. But I did it.
Now, you and I had a relationship.
Should I leave the room?
No, you can stay because now you can join.
Hey, we didn't have none of that Roman shit going on.
No, we did not.
Wooden dildos and shit.
Let's see. What it had to have been, what, 89, 88, 89, 90 in there?
Earlier than that, man. Those were the days of the Cutlass. Those were.
That was because I graduated in 87, so I was hanging out the park from 86 to 91 before I got married. Because I got married in 92.
Yeah, it had to be 87. 87, I would say, is when we probably met.
Yeah, I would say
86,
that.
87.
But we had, now you can't tell me that we did not have good experiences.
Oh, we had
Holy-
great experiences.
We had
great
the best.
experiences. The experience I'll never forget was Chicken Man Steve from Marquette Park. Oh, my God, that dude. Holy shit. I wonder what he's doing. I mean, I know he's probably still alive. But Chicken Man Steve, oh.
I wonder what half of the people are doing from Marquette Park in that
Yeah.
era. I mean, we had, I'm sure we brought it up in an episode prior to this, but we had some of the best times at that park. We had the best era. We had the best people. We had the best fun. We did have some bad experiences. I can't remember those.
All right, well, we started this one off a little risque, so I'm going to go totally off the rails here and tell you a Chicken Man story. Chicken Man was a guy who hung out in a park, and he worked for Kentucky Fried Chicken, so we called him Chicken Steve because he used to always get off work, and he would bring a shit ton of chicken and biscuits and food to the park. So we ate Kentucky Fried Chicken every night, when
Nice.
Steve would be working. But Steve used to have parties at his house, and he was a weird dude. He lived with his mom and his grandma. His grandma lived upstairs, and they pretty much let him do anything he wanted to do. So he had a party one time. Now, this is a funny story because at the time, I didn't know my wife or her friend Chrissy that lived across the street from Chicken Man.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they lived across the street from Chicken Man. And I remember one night we had a party that was off the charts, rock and roll party. It was a total metal night. We had Farringer was there with his thrash buddies, Mike Cruz with the glam crew from, the rockin' 80s. Everybody was just getting along and partying and having a good time. Well, I remember hearing a story when I told Karen, I go, we used to know, on that street, I used to know this guy Steve. And she's like, that guy was insane. She's like, they used to have these wild parties. She goes, I'll never forget, Chrissy told me the one time they were having a party over there and some guy was fucking a blow-up doll on the front porch. And I was like, oh, fuck. You know who that was?
Chicken Steve.
No, that was Rambo.
Was it Rambo?
Rambo fucked a blow-up doll on the porch. He cut the shit out of his winky, too. Because it was one of those cheap vinyl blow-up dolls that, I don't think they were meant to have sex with. It's not like today's, real doll that you see that costs, 14 grand, you know what I mean? This was $10 from some shithole on Western Avenue. And
Holy.
yeah, he banged the blow-up doll. He was I was just like, wow. I'm like, yeah, those must have been some pretty wild parties over at the Chicken Man's house. I'm like,
The Chicken Ranch?
yeah, now we should have called it the Chicken Ranch. Yeah. But yeah, Rambo was so blind drunk, and we were just, we had this blow-up doll. We were just using it like a volleyball. Well, he grabbed it and fucked it. So it's like, what are you gonna do?
Not use it again.
Yeah.
That is not the first time I heard. Well, no, I mean it's the first time I actually heard of anybody actually using it as a sexual object. But Rambo, that doesn't surprise me with Rambo. No.
Yeah.
And you know, I just, as much as I like Rambo, I always wondered why he got that name, because he was the furthest thing from Rambo that you can possibly think of.
Because he used to wear these camouflage pants all the time.
Oh, he was wearing them.
Yeah.
When he was fucking the doll.
So we called him Rambo. He probably was. He probably was.
He was like Devin. Devin loved camo. He wore, you know, the funny thing is, Americans don't call them wellies, but he was wearing wellies that I think they were SpongeBob wellies and full camo head to toe, because he didn't have any combat boots.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those were the days, man. Yeah, we had some parties at Chicken Man's house. I'll tell you, it got way, way, way out of control.
You know, did you know Karen before you?
No, never met her, but
Wow.
yeah, she knew me from that night because we were all wasted on that porch. That was a party, man. That was a party that was out of control.
Wow.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that fell within my 21 days of drinking. So I
would
was,
make sense.
I'm lucky I even remember anything from that period of time. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I was like drunk for 24 hours a day. I drank every night for 21 straight days.
You got drunk 21
Yeah.
days in a row.
Yeah.
So you had a hangover for 40 days afterwards.
Oh God, I felt like, yeah, I think I drank when I was 21, 22. By the time I was 23, I went stone cold sober and didn't drink again until I was like in my 30s. Like, I stayed away from booze. I was really into martial arts, working out, doing all kind of good
Well,
stuff.
you had enough that
I
sustained the years that you didn't have
I
anything.
partied enough to like get through my entire 30s without a drink. Honest to God. Yeah, that could have ended bad, but you know what? It was just fun. I mean, we were just having fun. I mean, the parties were off the charts, ridiculous back in that era. That's these kids today. You know, when I hear like, they're like, "Oh, we did this." Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, shit.
We had some White Claws.
I'm like, yeah. You ain't party till you chugged a bottle of Jack Daniels and your friend's fucking a blow up doll. Okay, now that's a party. Okay?
That's a good time right there.
And the problem is Rambo was probably having a full conversation with her.
And you got a basket of chicken to go on top of it. It's like a fucking a chicken and a blow up doll. Hey, now it's a party.
My God, I remember in high school, a friend of mine and I, not patting myself on the back or anything like that, but we were well known throughout the school, and we decided to have a party. Well, the party was going to be held at my then girlfriend's house, and so we told everybody about this party. We must have probably told 3 people, and then it got to everybody, because myself and this other friend, like I said, we were well known throughout the school. And anybody that was anybody said, you know, hey, they're having a party, we got to go to this. Well, we went out, myself and this other buddy, and we ended up getting 5 cases of beer. We figured, okay, we'll supply the beer for our close friends, and it was a bring your own, you know, alcohol thing. And we told everybody, again, about this party. And for 2-3 weeks, everybody and their brother, we're going to be there, we're going to be there, we're going to be there. Okay, great. Well, we're sitting at the party. Now, at the time, it was my girlfriend, his girlfriend, he and I, and the neighbor across the street. Nobody shows up. Not a single soul. So 9 o'clock at night, we decide that, well, we're just going to start partying. And if people show up, fine. If not, okay, something must be going on. It must be prom or something. We don't know why no one's showing up. So we started drinking. Now, he and I are the only ones that drink beer. The girls were drinking, you know, at the time, Bartles and James.
Yep.
Oh, those were awesome. The orange
Wine
ones,
coolers,
man. The
yeah.
orange wine coolers from Bartles and James.
Yeah, I wish they still made them. But anyway, so the two of us had gone through the 5 cases of beer. Okay. And we never figured out why, after hearing everybody ranting and raving about going to the party, no one showed up. So it was probably 4 o'clock the next afternoon when I finally woke up. Or let me put it this way, came to. And then I decided to go home. Well, my parents were kind of used to the fact that, I stayed a night at my girlfriend's house. It was frowned upon back then, but, knowing the parents, they were like, oh, you can sleep in the basement, type of thing. Anyway, I get home, and my mom was fuming. And I was wondering what the hell's going on. Why can't you tell your friends where the hell the damn party is at? Everyone was in there, coming here in their, party shoes and everything, ready to party, and you're not even home.
Nice.
We never told the people that we were changing locations.
Nice.
So
Nice.
we had hundreds of people going to my door, knocking on the door, wondering where the party was. And she didn't know because she didn't know that we were having a party at my girlfriend's house. So she couldn't tell them anything, so nobody showed up. And, yeah, we got the load of it when we got back to school Monday. Yeah, you guys got to tell us where the fuck the party is next time. Yeah, that would be a good idea.
And of course, back then there was no cell phones.
Right, there wasn't a computer.
Yeah.
There wasn't even that.
That's funny. I got a funny party Rick story. We were going to a party we got invited to this party out with these LaGrange people, and we were convinced like all the good-looking women lived in LaGrange, right? So we started to like hunt that area, like the hunter-gatherers we were. We would hunt in LaGrange. So we met these groups of people. We got invited to a party, and it was in the woods, and you had to take this back road to the woods. And they said, park your car in like the Kmart parking lot and then go through and there's a hole in the fence and blah, blah, blah. And Rick was like, oh, we're not doing that. I'm just driving in the back. I'm like, no, they said we can't do that. And he's like, no, we're not, no, I'm not doing this fence thing. He goes, if we get stuck back there, he goes, well, and I don't know these people and blah, 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 blah. I'm taking the car back there. I was like, okay. So we're driving and he's crawling with the car. Well, he had the lights on. Well, all of a sudden, we hear this group of people, like we see in the distance, we see a little campfire going and everything. And I'm like, Rick, man, you better turn the lights off, So he's like, I don't know, should I leave them on or off? So that at least they see us and we're not sneaking up on them. Well, one of them got squirrely and yells out, cops! It's the cop! They thought they were cute, thought we were the cops. Well, all of a sudden, we're driving down this road, Rick driving and he's crawling, and like these hot chicks are like running out past the window. We're like, hey, what's going on? Well, we finally get to the back. Everybody's gone. There's a campfire. There's a shit ton of beer, a shit ton of food. We're like, parked the car, and it was like the 3-4 of us just sitting there drinking, eating for the whole night. It was pretty cool.
Those are the days, man. I'm telling you, we had.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I don't know if you remember. Well, I know you remember, but we had the 87th Street Woods.
Oh yeah.
So
God
now you got a
dang.
picture. Now you can describe me what I used to look like.
Yep.
So leather vest, no T-shirt, just a leather vest, blue jeans, biker boots, long hair, blonde.
Vince Neil hair.
Yeah, blonde, long blonde hair.
Light blonde.
And I had found a Chicago badge, a Chicago police badge, and I had a badge mount for it.
Nice.
Well, because I was into guns even back then, I had holsters and everything else, and I had a mock BB gun that looked like a Glock. Okay.
Was that the marksman? It looked like the 45,
Yeah.
the marksman BB gun that
Yeah.
shot the darts, the BBs, and the pellets?
Yes.
Everybody had one of those back in the day.
Yeah. So
Those are cool.
I put that into a holster. I put it on my belt. I put the star on, and I had it clipped over my belt. And we went into the 87 Woods. And, well, you know how it was back then.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
So I walked up. They had a fire pit, and I walked up in the fire pit and said, "Police, freeze!" Poof! Everybody was gone. So we started chasing them. Now we chased them for no reason other than the fact that we just wanted to make it look real. Okay, so we chased them throughout. There was like 5 of us. Well, they were gone. We go back to the fire. The fire's still going. A nice case of beer, and we enjoyed our evening.
There you go. There you go. Oh, I remember back there, man. There were like crypts and like what do you put the casket in? They call it the vaults or whatever.
The vaults.
Yeah,
back
they had
there.
vaults back there and shit. And I remember one time, meeting this goth chick who used to. I remember her telling me, she's like, "You got to come and hang out with me at Tracks on 63rd." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So we were walking. We took a walk away from everybody, and there was one of these vaults, and she climbs in it, and she's like, "Come in the vault with me." And I'm like, no. And I had good knees back then. Now I wouldn't even be able to get out of the vault. But I was like, wow, you are a freak. There was freaks. Remember Tracks on 63rd?
Oh yeah, I remember Tracks. Yeah,
We used to love going there, man.
here's another 87th Woods story.
There was a big fight up there one night I was
There
there.
was quite a few of them.
Yeah, there was always a fight going on.
But people have to understand, and I know people that even to this day they have no idea that 87th Street Woods existed because now it's a shopping mall.
Well, it's a shopping mall. It's townhomes. It's like
Where was it at?
87th
87th and
Kedzie.
Kedzie.
Behind PJ Flaherty's, I think it was. Was that or Connolly's? Connolly's was the bar over there. Was it PJ Flaherty's or Connolly's?
It was an
On
Irish
Kedzie.
bar.
Yeah, it was an Irish bar. Though, I got good memories there. Stevie Starlight, man. He's still jamming.
Really?
Yeah, Stevie Starlight.
It's unbelievable.
We have got to go see a Stevie Starlight show. If you have never seen a Stevie Starlight show, he is the fucking godfather of like rock and roll and funny comedy.
Well,
he is awesome.
You remember the bar Louis T's?
oh, I
It was
remember
on
Louis
Southwest
T's.
Highway.
Yeah.
Like, my grandmother lived on McVicker, which was a street over. That's where I grew up at. So in the parking lot, we were probably freshmen, maybe sophomores or something. And when the parking lot was empty, we'd always play like wiffle ball and shit in there. Football in the parking lot, whatever. So one time the parking lot was like half full, so we still had room to play. And we heard music coming out of the Louis T's. So we go over to the door, and they had this little big wooden door, right? And then this little square window that you could barely see anything when you walk in, probably from all the smoke residue and all the other shit. And we're like, looking up like this, and he was playing there. I had no idea who he was at the time or whatever. And then years passed after graduation and got into the metal scene and grew the hair out and went to the bars. I seen him at one of the clubs, and he was fucking hilarious. Like, they had flyers posted everywhere outside and inside that if you are easily agitated by like and offended by shit, don't come in.
No, right.
And he would just rip anybody that would like just piss him off.
Oh,
or anything.
if you would disrespect him in any way, shape, or form at his show, and by disrespecting, I mean like if you had to get up and go to the bathroom, you were in trouble. He would make an ass out of you. He would humiliate you to like no end. I'll never forget. I think it had to be Connolly's. It was the bar in Kedzie. And this girl, pretty good looking girl, gets up to go to the bathroom, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she's like, "I got to go to the bathroom." He's like, "No, not during my show. You don't go to the bathroom." And he followed her into the bathroom. And she chased him out. Well, he waited a couple seconds, talked some shit about her, follows her back into the bathroom again, puts a microphone, and she's taking a dump. You hear the sploosh. Oh, my God. I felt so sorry for this girl because she walked out. Everybody knew she just took a shit. And he totally exploited that fact that she just took a shit. Talked about her smelly butt. It was just like, oh, my God. He was just raw, just filthy. He had one of my favorite songs by him is The Girl with the Scab. That's like the greatest rock and roll song ever. She's the girl with the scab. It's like, yeah, he's hilarious, man. Still looks identical with a long beard, the ZZ Top look to him. He's a really good musician, though. Really good musician, really creative. Great show. You ever get a chance? We should go see him one night, man. That would be fun. We'd have a good time.
the another 87th Street Woods story that has nothing to do with rock and roll or heavy metal, but there was a mental institute escapee supposedly went into the 87th Street Woods, and I've always been the investigative type, so everyone was afraid in our group to go into the woods. And I'm like, okay, if he's there, what's he going to do? What's he going to do to me? Yeah. So I went ahead and I went in, and supposedly he escaped, and that's where he was staying.
Are we keeping you up, Ed?
Long day.
And sure enough, as I enter the woods and I get to just about where the fire pit was, there is a hospital gown, LaGrange Mental Institute
Nice.
hospital gown, hanging from a tree, like caught on the branches. I took it down, and the whole group of that I was with is standing outside the woods, and I go, yeah, I think he's gone. And he's probably roaming around naked. So there's no fear. Let's go. So they all followed me in. Well, I don't know. Somebody heard somebody coming through the woods, and that got everybody to a run-in. Well, guess where everybody runs to?
You?
No, opposite of that. They went the other direction, and they went west. Well, west of there is the cemetery.
Idiots.
So they start climbing over the fence to get into the cemetery. Now, mind you, it's a 6.5-foot fence. And most of these people back then, they were not athletic. Not the group I hung with. So anyway, I get over the fence. I bolt that fence like it wasn't even there. And I'm like, I stop, and I'm looking back at the woods, and I'm going, why the hell am I running? I am not afraid of this guy. He's nuttier than a fruitcake, whatever. I turn around, and as I look at the fence, there is one of our females in a miniskirt hanging from the top of the fence with her miniskirt all the way up to around her waist and exposed to the world.
Lovely.
Because she went over the fence and got stuck and got hung up there. So we had to figure out how to get her down, one, without ripping her miniskirt all to hell. But it was made out of jeans, so it wasn't going anywhere. We finally got her down, and she was so embarrassed. I'm like, what are you embarrassed about? I'd rather see that than me hanging from
Yeah.
by my miniskirt. Shit.
That stuff's weird, man. Those were fun times back in the day.
Oh, my God. We had...
These kids today have no idea like what a woods party is. They have no clue.
No. In fact, here's my son, 19-year-old teenage boy, college student, went out last night and called his mother at about midnight, I guess, and said that, he was going to stay where he was at. Well, in my head, that's the first thing that I thought of was, okay, he was drinking and he didn't want to come home. I'm good with that. Stay where you're at, That's not what happened. They were playing a video game until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's what these guys do.
That's the excitement that they had. And then he was pissed because he had to get up early in the morning and go to a graduation. And the only person he can be pissed at is himself, because it was him that stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning playing this stupid video game.
Well, these video games will literally suck your life away from you. And I know that. I had an Xbox back in the day, and I bought somebody got the NASCAR game for me, and I would be up for like literally 20 hours playing this NASCAR game and like running a whole championship season. And then I bought the Chronicles of Riddick, and I had to master that. And I never got into like the stuff like Halo and all that because honestly, I probably would have been defecating in a 5-gallon bucket in my basement and never leaving. It's like you get wrapped up into this whole video game thing, and it's like it's just in social media, the Facebook, the Twitter, the TikTok. It's just robbing these kids of their lives, man.
I mean, back in the day, it was Madden. So, new Madden would come out.
Oh yeah,
I'd get it, and it wasn't like it is now, where you could like have 50 people at their houses playing with you and stuff, right? So you just like played on your own and like went through the season, and then you played like the playoffs, and then you get to the championship game. You make your own characters, whatever. Can you imagine if we were that age now with all the shit they have? Where you can stream with like 5,000 people at one time and open world shit, and dude, it'd be insane. We would never leave the house.
No, and that's the thing, man. Is that they've given these kids today like there's no reason for them to leave the house.
Right.
Everything's there. My daughter with the DoorDash bullshit. It's like you don't even have to go to the restaurant anymore. You just have the restaurant bring you your food. You know.
And it's a funny thing too, because my daughter does the DoorDash,
extra.
and I'm sure my daughter has influenced your daughter quite a bit about that. But one day we were all at home, and she had ordered something from DoorDash or, whatever those places are. And the guy's, getting the food ready in his car, and he's walking up to us. I said, "No, honey, your food's here. Why don't you get the door?" "Oh, no, I can't get the door."
Right.
What do you mean you can't get the... "Oh, I don't want him to see me." "Wait a minute, he's delivering your food. How are you going to get your..." "Oh, he just put it on the porch and walk away." I'm like,
Yep.
what? There is no social interaction.
Well, that's right. These kids do not want any type of personal contact other via text and stuff like that. They don't even like FaceTime.
Yeah.
They it's like just text. I don't want to deal with a human.
Right.
You know. And
funny-
and AI is just, we are on a path of disaster.
No, you are in a path
Yeah, you
disaster.
are.
I can't even figure out how to get to AI.
I can't figure out how to block his AI.
Oh, wait till you see what I'm doing for America's 250, gentlemen.
Oh,
I got
no.
a concept. We're working it.
God.
Oh God!
I'm going to shut my phone off on that.
I'm going to put it on Do Not Disturb again because I
Yes.
couldn't even figure out how to get it. I had put my phone on that Do Not Disturb, and I could not figure out for the life of me, how to turn it off.
No, you weren't disturbed anymore.
No, I wasn't, man. I'm telling you that is the best invention ever. When we were teenagers, the only way you had a cell phone was if you brought the house with you.
Right.
It was just your phone was attached to the wall, and when it rang, I don't know in everybody's home how it was, but when it rang, you either had a designated person that answered it, or everyone just looked at it.
God, I remember. I remember being a freshman in high school, and I had my first little girlfriend, right? And she would call me at night, or I would call her at like 7 o'clock, and we'd be on the phone from like 7 to like 9:30. And my parents would be so pissed off at me. They're like, if anybody tries to call us, they can't get through because you only had one phone line, no
Right.
call waiting,
Right.
none of that shit. And it's like times were so different back then.
Yeah,
know?
well, then they did come up with the call waiting. You would hear the
Already.
beep.
Yep, the
Yep.
click. The
Yeah, the-
beep. Oh,
yep.
hold on. And then you'd click it and, hello? Is your mother home?
Now,
Yeah.
here's the funny thing. My dad worked for the telephone company, okay? And as upper management, you didn't get a phone bill. The company paid for your phone bill because you were in upper management. And even though my dad never experienced a phone bill, we had a limit of 15 minutes on the phone.
Yeah.
And,
my
you
house
know-
instilled that. Like I had a 20-minute limit.
Yeah, and of course, you as a child think you're going to learn and work this system. Well, I hung up.
Of course you do.
I hung up, and now I got another 15 minutes.
It resets. It
Right.
resets. Yep.
No, it doesn't. Not in my house. But at least I tried, right?
See, my parents were always baffled with that because I would do that. I'd be like, okay, tell my little girlfriend, I got to go. Call me back, though. Call me in 15 minutes. And she would call back, and I'd be like, "Oh, the clock reset." See, my mom and dad were funny, man. When I started smoking at a relatively young age, and I remember my mom was like, they caught me because I used to open the basement window, or I would smoke out of my bedroom window, and they weren't stupid. They knew they could smell it. You know what I mean? So one day I come home and there's a pack of cigarettes that they found in my pants or my jacket sitting on the kitchen table, and my mom and dad are sitting at the table, and they're like, "So you smoke? You want to smoke in front of us?" And I'm like, "Well, no." And they're like, "Well, no. If you want to smoke in front of us." I'm like, "Are you serious?" And she's like, "Yeah. If you're gonna smoke in front of us."
It's
I'm
like
trying to
you're
teach me
damned
the
if-
lesson of
you're damned
like,
if you
yeah,
do and damned
you're
if
not
you
going
don't.
to smoke in front of mom and dad. Well, I'm like, I'm not going to get in trouble. And they're like, "No, tough guy. If you want to smoke in front of us." I'm like, "All right." I grabbed a cigarette out of the pack, lit it off the kitchen stove, sat there, and I'm like, "So what do you guys want to talk about?" They both looked at me like, "Oh, that failed." That was just like, that failed.
That
And they're
backfired
like,
completely.
so after that, it was like they never brought it up again.
Not for nothing. I'll tell you what didn't fail was my parents with me. They didn't care about the smoking because my mom smoked. My dad would, if my dad was upset, he would smoke. Other than that, he wouldn't smoke. But my mom was a chimney. So they weren't really too upset about the smoking as much as they were back then. It was the weed, we didn't have all the heavy shit, but we had the weed. So
The weed.
The marijuana.
when I got into Mary Jane, when I got into high school, that was when they started fearing, me getting exposed to it. So my parents sat me down at the kitchen table, and I knew we were in for a long discussion because my dad would sit down at the head of the table, and depending on how many shoes and socks came off, it was going to be a discussion from hell. So 10, 15 minutes, maybe to a half hour, no shoes. Half hour to an hour, we're talking one shoe. Beyond that, one sock, and then it would continue on to the next one. So, anyway, the shoe came off, and then the sock came off. But his final word to me, I don't remember the whole conversation. It was just about how bad drugs are and what they can do to a person and this, that, and the other. And fortunately, I lived in the era where we had a person come out and talk to us that was experienced in the arts of doing drugs, and kind of scared the shit out of me then. Anyway, my parents said, if you want to experiment with drugs or marijuana, do it with us. And I just I am not, for the life of me, going to party with my parents. Inviting as that might be.
Yeah.
And that, believe it or not, that actually kept me from, that assisted in keeping me from doing any type of drugs whatsoever.
Shit, if I get caught, I'm going to have to smoke a joint with my mom and dad.
It's not even getting caught. It's just a pure picture of me smoking a fucking joint with my dad. That just screwed me all kinds of ways up. So
Yep. Days of the pot.
I didn't start smoking until probably after 21 when I moved out, because I was like totally against it because my dad was like a chain smoker, and I drank a little like in high school, but not a shit ton. My grandfather would buy me wine coolers and shit from Caravetta's Liquors because I worked there, so he was going there for ever, even when they were on 95th Street. But the one thing that I did get busted for, well, besides the tattoo, my first tattoo, they thought it was fake. And then my first earring. And I didn't say nothing. I got it done like later at night, so they didn't really see me because they were already sleeping. So I just went upstairs and went to bed. Walked downstairs the next morning. Hey, what's going on, Graham? Walked past. Hey, why don't you come back over here? What's up? The hell's that on your ear? Oh, it's a earring. Really? And they didn't really say nothing. My grandfather didn't understand it. My grandmother didn't really care. But the one thing that I did get a good talking to And it wasn't because my grandfather cared that I did it. So I had, the room with all the posters, right? All the Poison posters and whatever. But around the neighborhood, one of the older kids must have ditched a nudie mag in the alley.
Nice.
And we found it, and I took a couple of pictures out that I liked, and stuck it on my wall. Didn't think nothing about it.
Stuck it on the wall.
Well, it was like blended in. You have to imagine, my room was, you couldn't see the wall. It
That's
was
wild.
posters and magazine pictures cut out, and any little picture I had that would fit a little gap, it was like wallpaper.
Wow.
So that just kind of blended in to all the other ones.
That's definitely a cool 80s
My
look.
grandmother would always come in and make the bed, or if I had clothes laying around, she'd come and get them and put them downstairs in the laundry room. Well, she must have went in there and noticed it,
Nice.
and I wasn't home. So I came home. I don't know where I was at, buddy's house, work, whatever. Walked in through the back door, went through the kitchen. Grandfather was always sitting in the same chair by the kitchen table, in his underwear or boxers. And I'm like, "What's up, Pops?" He's like, "Hey, why don't you have a seat?" I'm like, "Okay." Your grandmother was upstairs cleaning your room. I'm like, okay. And she found this, and he pulls it out, and it's in pieces.
Oh, God.
And puts it on the table. And my grandmother wasn't there. And I'm like, oh. And I still, at that time, didn't think that it was like a big deal. Because it was like all of the other posters in it were on the wall, right?
Right.
He's like, don't ever do something stupid like that again. That's totally disrespectful to your grandmother. He didn't care that I had it up there. He had a garage full of smut mags. But it was because I put it on the wall so my grandmother could see it. That was pretty much the only thing I got in trouble for.
Brain damage.
Yeah, I wasn't very smart.
I remember when I got caught with a VHS porno tape. That was the best. That was the absolute
You
best.
didn't have a disc?
It was in my house. Whenever I would fuck up, you would come home and the item of contraband would be on the kitchen table, and Mom and Dad would be sitting at the kitchen table. So I came home, I opened the door, and the way you walk up the stairs, I open the door, I turned, and there's the kitchen, and I see the VHS tape on the table, and I'm just like, fuck! How did they find that? And they're like, what is this? I'm like, all right, we're not going to play games here. I go, you guys know what it is. One of the guys, we were just trading it around from the guy group
It's
and
not
everything.
mine.
It's not mine. It's what blah blah blah. And so I get the riot act about how porno bad and it's degrading and it's this and it's that and it's this and it's that. And I'm looking at the tape and I'm like, huh. And so I looked at my dad and I go, hey.
That's not where I left it.
I go, if this is so bad, I go, why'd you watch probably 3/4 of it?
You wanted to see what it was all about.
That conversation ended immediately, and we never spoke of that again.
Now, was it one that was like taped on a blank tape, or was it an actual
No, it was
tape?
from Royal Concept Video. The guy at
my
Royal
God.
Concept would rent us porn. He was totally cool. He would rent us any porn movies we wanted. So it was funny, man. We used to have the Debbie Does Dallas parties and
Where was Royal? I remember that
59th and Albany, or 59th and Whipple.
Whipple.
Like between Whipple and Albany. Right. And then there was Classic Video, which had even better porn. And that was on 63rd and Whipple.
Yeah, I do remember that one too.
Those were, but the guy at Royal Concept, he was totally cool. He used to have this giant fish tank with these Oscars in it. And it was funny because people would be like, where are you going? I'm going to Royal Concept Video. And, oh, you're going to go get porn? I'm like, no, I'm going to check out his fish. I liked his fish more than I liked the porn, which is, that's stupid me.
That's wrong.
But he had these ass-kicking Oscars that were like this big, man. And he used to let me feed them and shit.
He had dildos inside the tape.
Wow.
Nah,
man.
but
Yep.
it was cool.
See,
what was the first movie you ever rented? Like when you got your first VHS? What was the first? Do you remember your first movie? Mine was
my
The
God.
Warriors. I remember running down there, and I'm like, to the dude, I'm like, hey, you got the Warriors? He's like, yeah. I'm like, we just got a VHS machine, and I need my first movie, and I want it to be the Warriors. He's like, good choice, and he handed it to me. And then I think my second one was that one with the Army helmet, Born to Kill, with the
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket was my second movie I rented.
No, I mean that's wow. That movie was
I
awesome.
don't even know.
But, you know, I because we were able to wherever I went because I lived in the suburbs. I don't know if it was the same for you guys, but we were able to rent 3 at a time.
Yeah. It's like 3 for $5 or something. Right?
Yeah, it was dirt cheap, but
Yeah.
you rented 3 for $5 or whatever whatever it was. And you know what? I want to say my first sounds stupid was Corvette Summer.
Nice.
Well, at the time, you got to remember, I was into building cars.
Yeah.
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 And what better way to celebrate building cars than was Corvette Summer? And I didn't even have a clue back then that Mark Hamill was Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Brain damaged I was.
Did you
know.
hear what happened to him recently?
No.
So supposedly he was like out with Obama for something. I have no idea. And then like 2 days later he put up this video or picture, whatever, and it was like I think it was actually AI generated. It was Trump laying in a coffin, and he made a comment about like things that I don't remember what he said, like things that should be or what if or something like that, because he got tried to get assassinated 3 times, and it was right after the last time when they had the dinner or whatever, and people were like completely ripping him because he said something like that, which is, I mean, it's just stupid. But when they said it was Mark Hamill, I'm like, really?
He's very outspoken against Donald Trump. He hates Donald Trump. You know, which is, you know, we're living in a world, man. Everything is so politically charged. You know, here's the problem I have with the whole situation, though, is, okay, Mark Hamill, you probably crossed some boundaries you shouldn't have crossed. Now you expect a backlash. But
Right.
the people that are giving you the backlash, look at what your hero's been doing to people and saying about people and doing things
Right.
and exercising. Both sides now, you know, freedom of speech is great until somebody gets punched in the mouth. That's my new saying. It's like, you know what? Sometimes you got to know when to shut the valve off, because now you're spewing stupidity. And we're allowing, under the doctrine of free speech, we're allowing people to just spew nonsense.
And hate.
Yeah, and hate. You know, there's a time when, you know, STFU, man, shut the fuck up. It's like, you just got to say that to people once in a while. It's
Well, I just, and I'm not getting into the political challenge of it.
no, this is both sides. This
No,
is,
I get it.
Right in the middle, both sides are guilty.
No, I understand that. But what I don't understand about all this is if I were to say somebody's a faggot,
That's offensive.
that is offensive. But yet that same person or people can rip others terribly online, but they won't show their face.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's completely acceptable. But because I use the word faggot or fag, you know, that I'm Satan. Come on. The street goes both ways. And if you're able to say something about somebody else ripping somebody and telling them how bad they are and how terrible they are, and somebody calls you a name, grow up. It's called life.
Yeah, we become super uber sensitive, and but some of the stuff that people are saying, it's just nonsense. It's hate, and it's just like, it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
that's exactly what
free speech doesn't give you the right to be an asshole.
No,
you know?
and it also, you know,
It
when
does
we
nowadays.
Yeah,
free speech existed when we were young, and I have example after example of what do they call those sitcoms back in our era that today would be outlawed because of the racial slurs in them. However, with that being said, every sitcom back then, white, black, did the same thing, and nobody was offended. You didn't hear anything about anybody. There wasn't news articles. There wasn't TV news articles about or newscasts about it. It was you laughed and you moved along.
Well,
and they lasted forever.
And not even the race thing; it's the sexuality. Like, look at Three's Company with John Ritter.
Oh my God!
He was the first insinuated gay character on TV. Really, that was. I mean, I'm
because
sure.
he's with two beautiful women, and but yet he was a
posing
woman
as-
chaser.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was posing as.
Yeah, he was posing
gay.
so he could live there, and they could split the rent.
Right.
I mean, in that show, it was,
That was one of my favorite shows.
it was one of the best shows on television.
What was
in
the other one
television
with
history.
the where the two guys dressed up as girls?
I remember
Buddy something.
Bosom Buddies?
Bosom Buddies.
Bosom buddies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
dressed up as females. Everyone thought it was funny as hell. No one was offended by
Right.
it.
Yeah. Well, once again, you're back to the rockin' 80s and 90s where
Guys
people
dress that way.
enjoyed having fun. It was all about fun. We're living in a society now where it's hip to be depressed. It's hip to be overly sensitized. That's the new modern way of, hey, maybe this society needs to go out and get themselves a damn rubber blow-up doll.
Well, and that's
Shit.
well, that's the problem, and that's why there's so much mental health problems in today's world.
Yeah.
We didn't have mental health problems. Someone told you to shut the fuck up and move along, dude.
Fuck
Well,
up.
and they don't go do anything. So there's no like we said, there's no interaction with other people. They sit at home, and then their brains can think, and then that's how they get depressed.
Well, you know what it's too. It's like the TikTok life, and being in the music business, man, I witnessed it firsthand. These guys are stunting, man. These videos where they're driving these Lambos with the Gucci interiors and the big mansion. That shit's rented for the day to
Right.
make the video.
It's a shoot.
This guy's living in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment in Cripland over in Inglewood, California. You know what I mean? It's not what you think, and then these kids see this and then they get depressed. And they're like, wow, why does my life suck so bad? Why don't I have a Lambo with a Gucci interior?
Right.
Well, he doesn't have one either. He's stunting, And then they get depressed, and then they feel their life is shitty, and then the filters. God, I'm not going to mention names. I worked with this girl who was butt ugly. I mean, just not an attractive human whatsoever. And she's notorious on Snapchat. And you would see a Snapchat picture, and you'd be like, "Is this the same person?"
Oh yeah.
It's like the filters can do wonders for like ugly people, And hey, you're ugly. I'm ugly. I mean, it's just that's the way it is. But
UGLY, you
I don't
ain't got
use-
no
I don't use
alibi,
no
you ugly.
filters on me, man. I don't use no filters. But yeah,
Look
it's
at you
like
now you're pale as
so-
shit.
yeah. Look at me. I look like a ghost, for God's sake. I look like a fat Casper. It's just Jesus Christ.
No, Casper
But-
had a round head.
Yeah.
But no, everyone is ultra sensitive, and it makes no sense. There's no reason for it. It's not even one of those grow a set. It's stop. Don't worry about what words. The sentence has never changed.
Well,
Sticks and stones.
Well, it comes to a point where, you'd be fucking around with your buddies back in the day, and you might cross that line, and then you'd get that look that's like, hey, you need to knock it off now. And you would be respectful and be like, okay, I think I might have crossed the line,
No, I mean, look at-
remember your mama jokes?
I was
back in the
just
day?
gonna say
the
that.
mama jokes.
Yeah,
were
eventually you would hit a nerve with a mama joke.
So all my buddies, they would always say shit like that. They always do mama jokes to everybody. Well, my mom passed when I was 13. So they all knew better
Yeah.
not to say shit about a mom to me at all. And nobody would. And when there would be like a new guy in the group and he would say it, I didn't have to say anything. All the other guys were like, don't ever do that again. Because
Right.
they would have beat the shit out of them.
Right.
Yeah, and that's we all stood up for each other.
Right.
And that was what was cool about it. But jokes are jokes. That's why I feel bad for comedians today, because man, the stuff the comedians would say when we were growing up, I was embarrassed.
Oh, Richard Pryor, man, he was
Eddie
raw.
Murphy.
Eddie
Yeah,
Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy was another one. George Carlin. I mean, these guys.
Oh yeah, they're
They were like no fucks given.
well. The problem with not that problem. The thing with George Carlin was he spoke the truth.
Yeah.
There was no, I mean, it was everyday life, and if you really listened to him, that's what it was. It was, I mean, he made a joke out of stuff.
Oh yeah, he was good. I saw him in Vegas, and I had no idea who he was, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting dragged to this George Carlin show. And everybody's like, oh, you're gonna love George Carlin. He was cool. His show was good, man. He was,
Look at Sam Kinison.
oh,
I mean, man,
you live in a fucking desert.
right? Move to where the food is.
Where the food is.
Ow!
Oh, that's the best. I still laugh at that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's what was it? It was truth. It wasn't any more than the truth, And life is true. Life is,
God.
you have to live in life, and Ed, I made a mistake with you. What? 10 years ago, maybe not even 10 years ago, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and you called me on it. And
Oh, I remember that was the
yeah.
one time. I think I've only been pissed at you like twice. That was one time, and I was pissed. I was
yeah,
pissed.
but what did I do? I manned up.
You manned up.
I came over and I explained myself and I apologized. It was that simple.
I did think about urinating on you when you came over. It was
golden showers are one thing.
Piss on his fucking leg.
Stung by a jellyfish.
Fuck
Okay.
this fucking guy.
But
All right, I don't know this story.
you know what? I wasn't being malicious, but it turned out that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was one of them things where you say goofy shit and sometimes it'll cross.
It was the wrong place.
It was the wrong place, wrong time, wrong shit, and but you know what? And that's the thing. You at least nowadays people can't do that. They can't apologize. You know
Right.
what I mean? And it's like I screw up with my daughter all the time, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I tried my best. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's like, people forget now how to say I'm sorry, and it's okay to fuck up. It's okay to make a mistake. Just own it. Just own it. I mean, things at work. I mean, I've always been a proponent of like, hey, if you make a mistake or you screw something up, at least tell me you screwed it up, because I can't fix it if I don't know it's screwed up.
Right. Yeah.
And,
Honesty is the
and I
best
always
policy.
tell and I was good. I always had sales teams around me that were 100% honest with me, they would never cover up a mistake. They'd come to me and they'd be like, oh, we screwed this up. And I'd be like, well, what happened? Let's get the facts. Let's work it out. And 99% of the time, we would be able to fix the problem. 99% of the time. I remember, God, we drilled a brand new, I think it was it a Corvette? It was a very high end. No, it was one of those Cadillac CTSs.
Oh.
And our brand new, it was the sport version, the race with a big V8 in it and everything, front end collision, and the body man that they gave it to, which was against, I told them, do not let him work on this car. He's not good enough for this. We have a handful of techs that are capable of working on this car. You need to give it to one of them. Well, they were all busy, so they give it to this guy, and he drilled through the firewall. He put something through the firewall and through the core support, which is a big no-no on the caddies. Well, the owner was your typical downtown, anal dude that brought his car into this wreck checks company, and they went through the car, and they're like, they found every dust nib in the paint. They came it back, and they were like, that car was fucked up so bad, we ended up buying the car from him and then buying him a new car. Yeah, it was a total mess. And I remember the owner of that dealership was like, he was pissed. And I told him, I said, look, we own it. This was a catastrophic mistake on our part. What do I need to do to make it right? And he was like, I think you're going to have to buy the fucking car back, and you're not going to buy the car back, are you? I'm like, well, if that's what we need to do, that's what we need to do. And he just looked at me and he was like, you would actually do that? I'm like, you tell me what we need to do to make this right. Our business relationship means more to me than a mistake. And we made a mistake. And lo and behold, we still kept that account. It was like, he was like, because I think he knew that something that horrible that cost our company probably $30,000 in a mistake, and we owned it. Yeah, that was a bad month. That was a bad
Yeah,
month.
but
Little
again,
bonus that month.
now,
Yeah.
the benefit out of that was, that customer continuously came back to you afterwards, and you made that money back.
Well, funny thing is, probably about 2 years later, the guy got into an accident with the new car that we bought for him, and he brought it back to our shop. And I asked him, it was kind of funny. I said, are you going to bring it to that wreck checks place? He's like, oh, absolutely. He's like, so please do a good job on it. He goes, but you know what? He goes, I said, of all the body shops out in this area, I said, why would you come back to us after the problem you had? He goes, because you guys own the problem. He goes, you guys fixed the problem. I'm
And
like,
he was probably hoping that you'd
well,
own it again and
yeah.
buy him another new car.
right, yeah.
Right.
Well, when we got it back, his car was pristine, and the right guy worked on it. And when that car left, I mean, it had probably 5 sets of quality control eyes on it before it left. And there wasn't a dust nib in the paint on that car. It was perfect.
And the thing is hard as it was, I shouldn't say hard, but as the difficulty of fighting for that account was like I said, I had to apologize to you. It wasn't hard for me to apologize. I realized I made a mistake. It was simple for me to, apologize.
Well, that's when people get egos, man, and they look to their ego, and their ego gets bruised if they fuck up, and it's like, you know what?
See, I didn't think I did anything wrong or said anything out of line, but I said, you know what? Obviously, I did, because otherwise it wouldn't have upset you, and it did. And so there, again, it's easier just to say, hey, you know what? I screwed up. I shouldn't have said or did what I did or said what I said, and own up to it. Be a man or a woman and say, hey, I screwed up. There's nothing wrong with being you're human. You're
Well,
going to
that's the
make
thing.
You're going to make mistakes.
We're all human. We all make mistakes.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
God knows I've made a bunch.
Yeah. And the thing is, we worked through it as friends,
Yep.
and it was simple. I mean, it took a while for you to regain, if you even did, your trust in me. But
Andy was going to piss on you.
yeah,
You did throw out your toothbrushes like I told you, don't
right. Nope. I brushed with them 3 or 4 times a day.
I had a buddy back in the day. If you pissed him off, he would passively aggressive do shit like literally. We were at a party at this guy's house, and this guy really disrespected him. Was like really like hitting on his girlfriend right in front of him. Didn't give a fuck, cocky asshole, the whole shot. This guy, and he will remain nameless. He looks at me, he goes, I'm gonna get this motherfucker. So I'm like, okay, so we're leaving the party, and I'm like, so you're gonna kick his ass or what? He's like, oh, I already kicked his ass. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'll tell you when we get in the car. So we're driving home. I'm like, what did you do? I'm like, did you hit him or something? He's like, no. He's like, I went in the bathroom. He goes, and I used his toothbrush or everybody in his fucking family's toothbrush, and I cleaned the shit out of my asshole. And I was like, what? he's like, yep. And he's like, and I even peed on the blue one. And I was like, oh, dude, that's just wrong.
I hope
He's
that
like,
was soft bristle.
yeah. I'm like, but yeah, he was a strange human being, man. But yeah, you did not want to wrong this guy. He would do shit, man. He would. Oh my God.
Well, I'm not going to say any names, but I had a situation where my girlfriend was basically right in front of me flirting with another guy. Okay. And the problem is the other guy's girlfriend was the barkeep. Okay. So as we're sitting at the bar, I'm seeing this, I'm hearing it. Ed, you already know I don't have a good temper.
Right.
And I pick up my glass to take a drink, and I smash the glass in my hand. Well, at that point, my girlfriend at the time, or I thought was my girlfriend, decided to go to the bathroom. So I followed her, and I wanted to question her what she was doing, doing this in front of me. I knew it. It was blatant, whatever. And it was like it wasn't going anywhere, but it still bothered me. So I followed her into the bathroom, and as we were communicating, I started getting more and more pissed. Well, instead of hitting my girlfriend, I punched the door. There's two problems with that. One, it was a solid oak door.
Oof.
Two, I knocked it off its hinges.
Oof.
Okay. Ironically, the guy that she was flirting with,
Was a carpenter.
came down the stairs and wanted to see what happened. He saw the door, and I just looked at him and I said, "Would you like the door?" He prominently walked back upstairs and went to his own little girlfriend. So I walked back up the stairs and I said, "You know what? I knocked the door off the hinges." I said, "I am not going to fix the door." I said, "But you need to watch your boyfriend because he's all over my girlfriend."
Nice.
And at that point, the bar was silent. There wasn't any, because I think 10 guys came downstairs to see what the problem was. And when they saw that the door was knocked off the hinges, 9 made it to the upstairs faster than I can count.
Yeah, they didn't want no part of that.
So, and I wasn't I'm not saying I was a tough guy, but I made my point valid at that point.
Yep.
He crossed the line. He knew better. How are you going to sit there right in front of me? I was sitting here. She was sitting between us. And his girlfriend is the bartender. And, she was just as guilty as he was. And that's why I confronted her. But instead, I did the right thing. I hit the door, which wasn't good for the door.
Oh, man.
But, it just, at some point, own up to what you said and be a man or a woman and, confront it. Be done with it. Don't be this chicken shit behind on the screen. Oh, I hate that. Oh, do I hate that. I can't wait to see the comments on this when we have a website, if we have a website.
There's so many internet and e-thugs, I call them. They're e-thugs.
E-thugs, and what's the other?
Keyboard
trolls?
warriors, yeah, trolls,
Keyboard warriors.
warriors.
Keyboard warriors, yeah, that's the good one. If you can't be man enough or woman enough to say it to my face, then don't say it. Don't bother saying it because it counts for nothing.
Yeah.
You're chicken shit at that point.
I've gotten in a few Facebook arguments with people that hide behind their
No.
keyboard.
I can't believe that.
Just a few.
Not you.
Yeah. There's a lot of stupid people out there. It amazes me how many stupid people are really out there that just they say things without having any facts to back them up. Especially with what's going on in our political climate today. It's just, holy shit. It's like, people, wake up, wake up.
Yeah, and there's another person that I know. I'm not saying how I know them or through who, but there is a person out there that is a conspiracy theorist, and he or she believes that we never walked the moon in 1967.
I think Karen's one of those people.
Dude, there's a whole community of them people.
Well, that's fine, but you can believe what you want to believe. I don't have a problem with it, and I can't tell you you're wrong or right. But what I can tell you is if you try to influence another person into believing what you believe, you're wrong.
It's like the flat earth people.
Right. We have plenty of proof that that's not
Don't
flat.
get me started.
In fact, it's funny that you said that because just today I heard a podcast that kind of threw me through a loop. I didn't realize that it was thought like that. We believe that the flat earth theory came from years ago, a couple thousand years ago when, we were afraid to sail and, you're going to fall off the edge of the earth, which is not true. I found out that, let me rephrase that. I learned that there's a different view at it, that we've known for thousands of years that the world was round, and people that were less educated in the knowledge of how things work, thought that the world was flat because it was flat to them.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's egg-shaped, kind of like my head.
Nope, that's round.
So are those said people like they saw a map and went, "Oh, the Earth must be flat"?
No, because unless you're in, let's say, the desert or the ocean where you can really see it, you can't see the curvature of the Earth.
Right.
Because it's so massive.
Right.
Okay. However, that being said, when I fly my drone and I video the area, because of the height that I'm at, I can see the curvature of the Earth. Okay.
That's not real.
And absolutely, that drone is not real. I didn't pay $400 for it.
It's the curve of the lens.
Right.
It's AI.
Then when I was
That's the thing now. Everything's going to be, that's AI.
when I was on the cruise and I saw a cruise ship going away from me, or a ship, I shouldn't say a cruise ship. It was another ship going away from me and went over the horizon. Did it fall off the Earth?
Yep. It's with the Titanic now.
That probably went with my packages from Amazon.
Yes. That is exactly where your packages are.
Yeah, I had a bad week of packages this
Dude,
week.
It was so funny last week. He said, "Did you just send that to me? That text about your package? Like, go figure. I'm supposed to get a package today, and it's not coming for like another week or something." I'm like, "Oh, I know exactly how you feel because I have a package that's supposed to be coming on the 11th. It was probably like the 2nd of May,
Yeah.
Wow.
and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be getting a package coming the 11th, and it's coming today. Oh wait, no, sorry, never mind." He's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. No, there's
Which reminds me, our shirt should be coming.
I don't understand this also. This is another thing that throws me off, and I took a picture of it today only because I'm thoroughly confused on how people believe or think about pollution in today's world. Everyone is against pollution and plastics and everything else, which, great. I'm glad you're against it. However,
Tree huggers.
we wonder why our prescription drugs cost so much. Well, I'm going to show this. I'm going to try to show this to the camera.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
And I will be putting that on my camera in just 1 second. Okay. So this, I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how to hold it. I don't know.
Too much light.
Too much light. Okay. Well, anyway, one of these bottles they're both Bayer bottles, by the way, Bayer aspirin. Okay. One is 200 coated tablets. The other is 100 coated tablets. Okay. Now, what I did was I filled the 100 tablet bottle with all, plus what was left in the 100 tablet bottle of the 200. Now, there was plenty of room. I can probably put another 50 to 75 other aspirins in that bottle with room to spare. And we're talking about everyone else doing the polluting. It is our pharmacies that are outlandish in their packaging. One, there is no reason that those 200 tablets needed to be in that package. There was 3/4 of the space in that package. I could have put 500 in that easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the question I got for that. Not really a question, but I don't use Bayer, so I wouldn't know. So I guess some companies probably still do it, but when you open the new bottle, does it have cotton in it?
No, these did not have cotton in them, believe it or not.
So the last couple of like vitamin bottles and stuff I got
right.
don't have any cotton in it either.
Right.
So I think nobody really paid attention to that back in the day when the cotton took up half the bottle. They just figured, oh, the bottle's that big, let's make room for the cotton so that the pills don't be bouncing around and break.
Right.
Now they don't use cotton, and the bottles are still the same size.
Right. And not only that, but there wasn't even a silica package in this.
Oh, I've never had any of those.
Well, because I am a regular Bayer user, they used to come with the silica packages,
Right.
and I have kept them because they are useful for other items. And this
Don't
didn't
eat
even
'em.
come in. No, why? It's
'Cause-
chickles.
Says don't eat it.
It's chickles.
No chiclets.
I can't read.
You'll eat it one time, and that's it.
Oh,
Chiclets.
then I'll dry up.
Yes.
All right. But we're talking about waste. I received 3 boxes from Amazon. Out of the, not 3 boxes from Amazon, 3 packages from eBay and Amazon. 1 box was completely filled from top to bottom and all the sides. I received a microphone cover. Oops. Let me do this. I received a microphone foam for a Zoom microphone or voice recorder. The box was 8 inches long, 4 inches deep, and 6 inches high. No. Yeah. 6 inches deep and 4 inches high. Okay. The foam is this microphone size. And it's foam. Waste. Not want not. Plus, there was the packing paper on the inside to keep the foam from bouncing around and getting damaged.
So I got a package from, remember I told you I ordered the candle
Yeah.
from Bath Body Works? So they give you all the offers and stuff, so I had a free offer, and Michelle had said, the next time you get a free offer for cream or, bathroom stuff or whatever, because I don't use that shit, tell her. So I texted her, and she said, oh, get me this lotion. I'm like, okay. So I got a tube of lotion, which is probably about that big,
Yep.
and the candle, which is a 3-wick candle. It's probably about this big around, right? It came into a box yesterday. Now, the candle came in its own box,
Right.
about this big. I swear to God, it came into a box this big for a thing of cream, lotion, and a 3-wick candle. The entire box had the pillows, the air pillows,
Yep.
and it was a strand like 6 feet long. Like, did you not have any smaller boxes?
Right. And we worried about the waste,
Yes.
recycling.
And that's why everything costs so much, because they have to add for all their supplies that they waste.
Right. You wouldn't have recycling problems if you didn't do this.
It was crazy when I saw that. Because I ordered something else, and it came at the same time. And it was, it's like a little rack that you put in your air fryer with skewers. And it's only like this big, so it fits right in the air fryer.
Okay.
And it's like you make your own mini shish kebabs, and you air fry it, and they just hang from this
Right.
thing, right? A la TikTok. So that came. So I figured that was going to be bigger, and I thought, well, maybe it was coming 2 of them. So I'm like, oh, maybe the big box is what's in there, and then I got this little box, which I'm like, oh, it's big enough for a candle and a thing of lotion. Nope.
How long do you air fry a hot dog for?
How long?
Yeah.
That is the most fucking random question that I've ever heard right now.
I bought, I went to Aldi today, and I'll tell you, Aldi is,
I normally
that's a
don't
cool
air
store.
fry anything unless it has instructions.
And I bought some chicken sausage, like chicken hot dogs.
Okay.
And I'm like, they say microwaving is like not healthy for you. So when you guys were talking about air fryers, I just like, I wonder if you can air fry a hot dog.
Sure
Like,
you can.
Yeah, how long was you air frying? Like
Which air fryer do you have? Do you
just
have
a
one that's got
normal air
like
fryer. It's
And
got
it
a
like a
depends
little
on
timer.
basket?
Yeah.
And
It doesn't have all the
depends-
settings and stuff. Like you could like convection oven and dehydrate. You don't have one of
Yeah,
those.
I don't think
like
so.
Mike's.
No.
Then, of course, it's not like Mike's. Are you?
I mean, like, I have one that's similar to yours, not exactly.
No. Here's the thing: is it from frozen or from thawed?
Thought.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they're pre-cooked.
I would probably start at about 5 minutes.
At what temperature?
350.
You set the temperature on it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 350, 400. What
That's
I
right
do
on.
like about, and I don't know how an air fryer would do it, but I know deep frying. I deep fry hot dogs and Polish sausages all the time.
So you get a package of the sausage and you try it out,
Yeah.
and then you know how long.
Yeah, they got good stuff. I
You
had
might-
a, I
you
had
might
a good
have to
time
throw
at
one
Yeah,
away.
but you don't want to waste some food. Man, what's
Yeah.
wrong with you, thin ass?
I had a busy day, man. I went to Aldi, trimmed my bushes, did all my edging, fertilized, cleaned up the backyard. Yeah, I had a busy day.
Oh, you want to talk about a busy day?
There we go.
I went to the cottage yesterday. I was thoroughly disappointed.
What happened?
Well, first of all, we went to open the cottage up. So the water has to be turned on because we have a point pump, a point well. So we have to turn the pump on. No, points down, dumbass.
Oh.
So someone has to crawl under the house to do this.
Did you crawl into the house?
Yes, I did. But
He always does.
the problem is there's 2 other people there that know how to do this. Much younger than I am. Okay? Not to mention the fact that I do not own the cottage. Their family does. But, okay, let bygones be bygones. I went underneath there because I know what I'm doing, and I know how to do it properly without screwing things up. I get underneath there, and the first thing I find, because I did not close it last year, was threads are screwed up on the pump. Which is, you don't just take the pump out and, let's put a new pump in. They're a couple $100 and, a couple hours worth of work. So I had to fix that. Finally, I get the pump working. I tell them to turn on the water. There's no one around me to turn the water on. Did you say turn on the water? Yeah, turn on the water.
Turn the heat on.
But when I first got there, because I can't be in charge of keys because I'm not a responsible adult. I have to wait for the owner to show up with the keys. But the screen door was open, and I opened the screen door just to see if the person that does have the keys might have left the door open so we can get in. Well, the door was locked, but the screen door didn't close because the closer was broken. Well, there's another person in the area that has keys for the house, so what I did was I opened up the garage door. I went into the garage where I, myself, placed a closer for the screen doors just in case one broke. Went in there, took the old closer off, replaced the closer before anybody even showed up, fixed that. Then I got the under the house ready for someone to go underneath the house, which then was me.
So you got it ready for yourself.
I got the water ready to go. Then, after that, I climb out from the house, and both of the other people that are supposed to be doing stuff are standing around looking and having conversations with each other. So the boat needed to be prepared. The grass needed to be fertilized and weeded and feeded, and also bug control. So I had to do 2 rounds of the bug control, or 1 round of the bug control, 1 round of the fertilizing, which I did both. Then I had to prepare the boat because neither one of them know very much about the boat other than how to float it. So then I get the boat prepared. We get it out into the driveway. The neighbor comes and picks up the boat, drops it into water. I have to drive the boat back from the drop off to the house. And then after I park the boat, everyone gets on the boat and sits there and conversates. In the meantime, I'm in the garage sweeping the floor out.
2 questions. Did you get any fishing in?
No.
Did you go to Best Bargains?
No.
That was
Wasted
a waste
trip.
of a trip.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was definitely a wasted trip.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I woke up this morning dead.
I blame Michelle.
I do too. Not only that, but we also went there to spread the ashes of my father-in-law. Okay, that was one of his beloved places, and his request was to be spread there and in the water. I don't know if that's legal, but we did the land
Did
anyway.
you get caught?
No,
That's
I didn't
legal.
go in the water.
It's not illegal.
Okay, but my thought that there was going to be a little ceremony, little somebody saying something, little prayer, maybe the Lord's Prayer or something like that, because he was a Catholic, and nothing. One of the sons walked around with the ashes, spread the ashes around, and somebody videotaped it.
Where they drop him at? Like where they?
Oh no, he's grass feed right now.
They didn't
Fertilizer.
put him in the water.
No, he's going into the water later
Uh,
because I felt actually one of the neighbors had suggested that, since he did want to go into the water, that I do it when other people were more accessible to being there, like my family, because it was only my wife and I that were there, and it was her father. My kids were not.
so did they? Is this sounds so bad? Is all of Howard being spread up at the cottage, or
Yes.
just, really?
Yeah, but like I said, most of it is on the land. Some of it will be in the water where our favorite trolling spot was.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a good tribute.
But I do have a ceremony for that because I'm going to say a poem, I'm going to say a prayer, and then we're going to spread his ashes in the water.
And then you're going to say, that way's north.
And I hope there's no big wind.
The only thing I keep thinking of
That would
is, and I loved Howard. He was a tremendously great dude. And he deserves a rightful send off for sure because he is a great dude. But I keep thinking of the Big Lebowski when they spread Buscemi's ashes and the wind catches him and it just blows it right in the dude's face and he's standing there covered in ash.
Yep.
He's like, dude. It's like, oh god.
That actually it wasn't the Big Lebowski that was brought up there, but there was another movie that happened in.
Oh.
And that was brought up as well. And it was a windy day up there. So we were, the person that spread the ashes is 6'3", 6'2". So we had to ask him to bend over a little bit further
Yeah.
because Howard was going all over the place.
I don't think it's illegal. One, because you own the property.
Yeah, if you put it on
And-
your
No, on the property is fine.
I don't think it's legal in the lake either. I think it's only illegal if you do it on, like, somebody tried to do it, or people have tried to do it on the Ivy at Wrigley Field, and they've gotten, I don't know if they got arrested, but they've told them not to because it's not
The other thing is Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's a small world. People try to dump the ashes in there, and I guess they catch you every time you do it, and they will shut the ride down, and they HEPA vacuum those ashes out and throw you in the garbage.
It's kind of hard to do in the water.
They still do it. They somehow, I guess your ashes, when they go in the water, they coagulate and sink like a glob, and they'll pull the glob out and throw it in the trash. Like literally, they tell you, if you try this at Disney, your loved one will end up in the Disney garbage. Yeah,
still at Disney.
Uh,
yeah.
But, so I was disheartened with the whole entire day.
Yeah.
There was food served.
See, the other thing I keep thinking of, too, is the Incredible Mr. Limpet. Like, I'm going to be fishing there. I'm going to catch a pike, and it's going to have, like, Howard's face.
That would be scary.
That would be...
That way's north.
Yep.
Yeah, that... Yeah, and I loved my father-in-law. He was a good person. And contrary to popular belief, he spoke his mind, and he didn't care who thought about it.
He was real.
He was real. Oh, he kept it real.
And for him being that way, some of the funniest shit I have ever heard in my life.
Oh, he had some good stories, too.
Yes, he did. Being CPD,
Yeah. he
and
had
back
some
in the
good
day,
stories.
when he was on the job, yeah, that was something.
I love the one story the only really story that I remember is the one where he chased, they were chasing some crook, and he went into an apartment building, and they couldn't find him. They went all over the place looking for this guy, and he ended up noticing, like, the shelves or something from the refrigerator were, like, on the counter, and the guy was hiding in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he went to get out, and he's like, oh, no, you could stay right in there. And they shut the door on him and left him in there.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got plenty of stories, and most of them I can't repeat on the air.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. But anyway,
He's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
He's a really good guy. I remember the last time seeing him up at the cottage. That was the last time I had a conversation with him. Very brief, because he was sick, and he was really tired.
yeah,
And,
he was.
But we talked for a couple seconds, and I was honored to help him in the house up the stairs and chat with him for just a couple minutes.
I was glad that he was there.
Yeah, he was a great guy.
Yeah,
Dude.
he's very missed by everybody.
It was a bad run, man. We lost Howard. We lost my dad. Now we lost Rick. It's like, it's unbelievable. I'm so overwhelmed with my friend Deb. She lost her father like right around the time I lost my dad. It was like these last couple of years have been just brutal. Yeah, Mike, you lost your mom. It was like it's just nonstop. It's been this wheel that just keeps, or this boulder that just keeps rolling down the hill, man.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
We need a break.
That it's already. The ironic thing is I cannot believe that it is 18 years since my dad has passed.
That's wild to me because it really does not feel like it was 18 years ago.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
It really does.
I mean,
But we do have to just move along and honor their existence when they were here, and honor their existence when they're not here, because they're still here.
yeah.
That's how I feel, and that's that's why I do what I do as far as paranormal investigations.
I just sometimes I wonder, man. I wonder that a lot lately. Like, is it really like just like when you're done, and the lights are off, and that's it. It's just, or do you really have this little spiritual orb of energy that goes to a different plane of existence?
I believe that we have. I believe we all have a soul. I believe that soul leaves our tortured body and is free
More
to
tortured
roam.
than others.
It is free to roam to wherever it wants to go, experience things that it never was able to experience in life,
Oriental women.
and
Fucking Lou,
straight
to the Oriental women.
Yeah. But no, I
I'm
believe
gonna
that.
remember that, man. I'll search out Lou in the afterlife. I'll have to
Go to the-
fly over to Japan.
Go to the massage parlor, the closest
Find a
massage parlor.
parlor.
But no, I think that we do have a life after death, and I think it's a better life after death. But we have to embrace that as humans living in the now, and realize that there's got to be a higher order. There has to be a higher order, because what is our purpose otherwise?
I don't want to come back. That's the one thing.
No, but I feel that once we're gone, we don't have to. I think that the promise of a better life is there, and I think that
This world's fucking. I don't want to come back because it's getting worse, man.
If I can come back, I want to come back in the 80s.
Yeah. If I come back, I want to come back and
well, I want to believe that I can come back and watch, my grandchildren be raised by their parents, were my children, and so on and so forth. And I believe that, and I think if you believe in God, there's the second coming, and whatever your religion believes in, I'm sure out of all the religions, there's an afterlife.
I want to come back as the flaming head too. I am coming back. I am scaring the shit out of some people.
I do that already.
I want to come
Not
back as
flaming,
like.
though.
But I
Not
do
yet.
that. I don't need the flaming part.
Just so you
I'm
know.
scary.
So,
Yeah.
unless I'm extremely exhausted, like at the cottage, when I go to bed, I have to have something on. I cannot go to bed if there's, like, no noise. So, normally it's the TV. When I was growing up, it was the radio, because my dad used to always have the radio on. And the reason for that is, if I have nothing on to, like, make me fall asleep, I will sit there literally all night, wide awake, thinking of the most stupidest shit. Like, what is it like when you die? How am I going to die? Where are the people that are dead? And I will literally be up all night thinking about that shit. I've never found the answer. But
Well,
that's why I always
I don't
have
think
something.
we're meant to find the answer, because then we know everything.
I mean,
Just ask my kids; they know everything now.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
So,
But yeah, it's weird, man. We got to do it. We got to devote a whole episode to like afterlife questions.
we have it. It's actually in one of our topic
Yeah.
boxes. And like I had told you guys, well, I had told you personally that I am starting a spin-off podcast called the Not Ghost Host Podcast. So I will
It's
be
copyright
answering.
infringement.
I am the copyright.
Damn.
Yeah, you got to get permission for the board of directors.
Yes.
NOT is trademark, man.
Yes.
Oh, guess what?
So since you said that about that, I have a question. Did you watch any of the videos that I sent you today?
Yes, I did.
Did you watch the one about the butcher in Palos?
Yes.
Did you know about that one?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Butcher and Payless.
Yeah,
the guy who cut the head off or something like that?
No.
He was a butcher, and
He owned a
ended up-
plush horse.
Yeah, it was the same. It was where the plush horse is. It was
Really?
his butcher shop, and he
Yeah.
would accidentally. The kid that worked with them accidentally fell down and killed himself, or broke his neck, whatever. And
Falling downstairs carrying meat.
they were afraid that the people around him already didn't like him, so he thought that they were going to accuse him of killing him. So to get rid of the body, he ground it up and used it as part of his meat that he sold, and people loved it. So he couldn't keep it in stock, so he would go and get homeless people and murder them in the butcher shop and sell the meat.
Oh!
And it's where the plush horse was.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that happened in Payless.
Well, here's the problem with that. It is not part of
It's not factual.
police records. There is no substantiating evidence as far as law enforcement is involved.
No, because the people took care of them themselves.
Right. Supposedly, the neighborhood found out about it and butchered him.
They went in the shop and found all the remains and stuff and took them out. And,
Yeah, because kids ended up missing.
yeah.
But again, that is not substantiated by any type of law
We had
enforcement.
to do an episode 2 on Sasquatches.
Oh, that reminds me. I
Oh,
gotta
absolutely.
I gotta go to
Watch it.
Jack and Pat's.
I wasn't there, but Michelle was just there.
I was kidding.
And Ed can walk there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can walk there.
I was kidding.
Well,
Actually, you guys got
But
to
I
try.
was-
There's a new place called American Munchies opened up next to Jack and Pat's on Ridgeland.
okay.
The smash burgers are supposed to be out of this world.
Oh,
He's
if they're
got
better than mine, then
Is
you
it in
can
the-
fucking eat there.
garlic parm truffle fries.
Fuck off.
And he's doing hot dogs from like a Coney Island hot dog, an American hot dog, a Chicago hot dog, a Seattle hot dog. He's doing like gourmet hot dogs and gourmet burgers and stuff. It's
Oh,
supposed to be
definitely
really good.
try it.
Seattle hot dog is like a fish on a bun, isn't it?
No, it's the Seattle hot dog is they put cream cheese and grilled onions. I
Fucking
think.
disgusting.
It's supposed to be out of this world. Everybody I know
It's
who's
not a
tried
fucking
it.
hot dog.
No.
Cream cheese on a hot dog. That's like my dad used to put mayonnaise on a hot dog.
I've seen people do
That's
that.
disgusting. My grandfather also used to put mustard on his potatoes.
I've seen people do
I
that.
see.
too.
I do that once in a while.
You're odd.
Mustard potatoes is a thing.
Well, you do it when you're
All right.
having sauerkraut.
To all you mutters out there, happy Mother's Day.
And to the mothers next to me.
Oh, you just love us for what we are.
Happy Mother's Day.
You're like the mothers I never wanted.
Just don't lick my nipple.
Are we still recording?
Yes, we are still
Okay,
recording.
I'll wait.
And what are we waiting for? Oh, you want to say something? Well, in that case, then I think that it's going to be I'm Mike.
I'm Lou.
I'm Ed.
It is the Not Podcast signing off.
Deuces.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah, we love you, mamas.